Alright, what's going on my stock market bulls and bears? I'm your host Terry and welcome to the channel By the Dip. Guys, I want to give a big shout out before I get into this video to a subscriber. Watches all my videos daily, he comments all the time, and he said, Terry, I need you to check out this stock. CHARGEPOINT, ticker symbol SBE. And my man Wancho LMP, thank you again for letting me know about the stock, guys. I love when you guys comment on my videos and tell me about new SPACs that's out there. Like I said, it's so hard to keep up with all the SPACs, so I appreciate you guys commenting down below and letting me know which SPACs you'd like me to take a look at. So let's get into it here, man. As you can see, this bad boy is, if you look at the last 3 months, it's up 58%. And if we go to the 1 month, it's up 15%. 1 week, it's up 7.5%. And currently today, it's up 6% in 1 day. So pretty impressive, man. This stock is definitely, as you can see here, this was probably just when it was a blank check. And then when they announced what it just shot up because it was like an EV player. People, got it in here, sold off, took profit. People bought back in and went the whole way up. And it's kind of been, people sold off and then they bought back in. And then people, buying and selling, and they sold off again, took profit. And now people's buying back in. Sorry there, guys. People's buying back in right now. So are we at that point where people's going to start selling off? Because you can see, though, it is an upward trending on this chart. So looks like we are pretty up here. It's 1608 right now, so looking pretty good. And if we go here to their website, chargepoint.com, a pretty cool thing they have on here, which is, let me get this here. You guys can see, man, they have a nice little tab right here where you can get a federal tax credit, which is really huge. Basically because it's an EV and it's energy efficient. So you can even claim your tax credit if you use their services, which I think is a big plus. If you're a business or someone that needs these services and then you get a federal tax credit. So that's a big point right there. And this here says the electric revolution is here, our obsession, making it easy. And you can see here they have businesses, fleets, drivers. You can access hundreds of thousands of places to charge with one account. So they have like an app basically you can get in here and look at where the nearest charging point is. Now here's the good thing about this company. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of like Blank Charging in a sense, where this company is just kind of focusing on just the charging stations. That's what they're focusing on. So they're basically going to have these little charging spots. And you can see here, it's just the nozzle that changes basically. And they said they have 83.4 million charges delivered and counting. That is crazy. Smart charging is and always has been our sole focus. After more than a decade and millions of charges delivered, we are still pioneering new ways to make electric mobility the easy choice. So pretty cool right there, man. As you can see, I think it's really good because they're not just trying to sell you like a certain kind of vehicle. They're just selling you the charging station that basically will charge up your electric vehicles. I think that's pretty cool. And I did find this article here that's pretty cool on the Investor Place. This article is by Mark Hake on October the 6th. And this here says the numbers show switchback energy stock is massively undervalued here. ChargePoint post-merger with SBE stock is worth at least 56% more. So it says here, SBE, a special purpose act, is a SPAC on September 24th, agreed to merge with ChargePoint, an electric vehicle EV startup. SBE stock is around $15 from $10 when it went public. And as we saw today, it's 1607 currently. So it's even up a little bit since, this article came out. The market realizes that the merger with ChargePoint is going to be an electrifying winner. But my analysis is that it's still worth 56% more than today. Even SBE stock is up 54% from its IPO. So guys, if he's saying that this stock, in his opinion, is worth 56% more than at $15, so basically he's saying it's like $7.50 to $8 more value in the stock. So he did his article. He's saying it's worth 56% more over the $15 price point that it was back on October the 6th. So we could just round that up and basically just say $7.50 to $8. So he's basically saying this stock is going to be like $22.50 to $23 stock in his opinion. So even if you get in today at $16, there's still like 50% growth in this stock left. And it says here, let's investigate this further. ChargePoint is a leading electric vehicle charging network in North America and Europe. The company is non-profitable and does not expect to be until 2025. Now, that's a little concerning to me, but I do know that a lot of these EV players are like basically not making any money these first couple years. I mean, they're just kind of getting into the business, and it is crazy when you hear these car companies and these EV players, man, they're losing money every year even though they're selling services. But I mean, just think about where you live at. How many EV cars do you really see? So that's kind of the thing. It's kind of going to take these next couple of years till they get rid of the gas-powered cars and basically all electric. Then we're going to start seeing big profits in these companies because that's what's going to happen. And then they say, however, it won't need any more funding because it reaches earnings before interest, tax, and depreciation and amortization profitability. This is because ChargePoint sees massive growth in revenue in its near-term future. And here's a closer look at SBE stock. For example, if you look at page 11 on the ChargePoint slide presentation, shows growth trajectory over the next 5 years. ChargePoint stations will scale on pace with EV's penetration. ChargePoint enables existing public and private companies, organizations to convert parking spaces into charging points for EV. That said, they make money off their software and equipment. So basically it sounds like they kind of lease it out in a sense to like a business that says, hey, you're going to need these at your business because all these people's going to need it. So they kind of lease it out and go from there. And if we see here, the next part here. Okay, so switchback and the SPAC would do a reverse merger with ChargePoint. So the deal's worth $2.4 billion in an implied enterprise value. This is after deducting $648 million in net cash from their implied equity value that ChargePoint will have a close of the deal. But keep in mind that the enterprise value calculation, which market equity value less any net cash, was based on $10 price assumption for SBE stock. We can't use that valuation anymore because the price has gone up. In other words, the equity portion now deals up 54%. So that's kind of what they're saying right there. To see ChargePoint is worth, turn to the slide presentation on page 33-35 at $10 a share. The implied equity value is $3.049 billion, but with $648 in net cash, the implied enterprise value is $2.4 billion. So as SBE stocks approached 15, the implied value got closer to $4.6 billion, and therefore implies enterprise approaching $4 billion. Now that we know the present value, what is it worth? The answer is readily available on its pages in the slide. ChargePoint has already done valuation estimates for us. On the page 35 in their slide, estimate ChargePoint compared to peers. It is worth between $4.1 billion and $9.25 billion in the enterprise value. So, by the way, it shows the stock's real advantage of SPACs over other SPACs over the IPOs. This kind of valuation estimate would never be in an IPO prospectus. In other words, well put together SPACs provide value investors to clear guide map. Let's look at ChargePoint valuation and compare it to others in the market. And it goes down here, the bottom line on the SBE stock. You guys can just kind of check that out if you want to get in here on Investor Place and read the rest of that. I'm not going to read all this here, but it is definitely, guys, and it went down a couple cents since we've been there, guys. Could be a buying opportunity. But yeah, man, this is definitely an interesting stock. It's basically like Blink charging, like I said, in my opinion. And what is Blink charging today? Because I haven't looked at Blink charging. Wow, Blink charging is $9.28, so they're even cheaper than, wow. I mean, look at this here. This stock was the whole way up. Let's go to the one here. Here we go. Yeah, that's crazy, man. If people was buying that back at $1, under $2, and this thing went the whole way up here to $11 and $12. So yeah, man, pretty crazy. So Blink Charging, I think, has a new competitor here with ChargePoint, man. So guys, What do you think? Are you going to check into this? Keep an eye on it. If I get some cash available, I'm going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to go from there, man. Like I said, all my money's tied up in LCA right now, so we are waiting to see, and LCA is looking like a pretty good buying opportunity again today. I think it's under $14, so you know what to do, man. So, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. You know what to do. Join the Thumbs Up Nation, man. It really helps out the channel. And share these SPAC videos to other people. That way everyone can get in before the stock gets hot. They're saying in that article, they're still like up to $22 in value, and the stock's at $16 right now. So, all right, guys, I will catch you in the next one. And remember to buy the dip.